Hey, how you guys doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Today is Saturday, and there's no NFL football today, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to head on down to Queens to see my mom. I haven't seen her in a while. So I wanted to come and just clean up her front yard here. As you can see, there's a lot of remnants of leaves still from the fall. Of course, any opportunity for me to use my Black Beauty, wanted to come and do that. Brought a little bit of gas and some Earl because I plan on. So here's the Black Beauty. I kind of miss it, but we're getting a little bit of snow in about an hour or so, about 1 or 3 inches, and I haven't done anything to this since last winter. You know, I didn't drain the gas or anything. I don't even remember the last time I gave that thing an oil change. So after I mow the front yard, I'm going to not mow it, but suck up the leaves. I'm going to see if I can start this thing. You know, I'd be really amazed if I started it because I just left gas in there. I didn't do a thing to it to store for the summer. So if I have problems, I'm going to have to do a quick and dirty on this and then check out the Earl and make sure everything's good. I said I was just going to go and suck up the leaves in the front. I was going to do the back too, but then I walk back here and it's like, it's hardly any leaves back here, so this is actually okay, you know. I mean, there's always going to be leaves stuck in the bushes and stuff like that, but, you know, for the most part, it's clear of any leaves, so I don't really have to do anything here. Now, I haven't used this thing in about a month. I'm going to see if it starts up. With my experience with this thing, it always just starts up. The Black Beauty is always reliable. I have a fuel shutoff over here. Oh, I didn't even engage the fuel shutoff. Trouble, that's trouble. Because if I had a problem with freezing and stuff, the needle may not seat. There's not even any gas in here too. You know what, either way, I'm going to try to fire it up, see what happens. Choke. First time in a while it hasn't just started up, you know? There's no gas, just a glaze of a little puddle there of gas. So I'm worried that maybe the fuel seeped into the crankcase. So I'm going to check the oil and see. It's good. It's not overfilled. It's at the add line, so I'm going to add a little bit of Earl. I'm glad that you didn't see the line all the way to the top, meaning that gas got into the crankcase, so that's good news. The Earl is good, and it's at the add line. I'm glad that I bought a quart of STA-30 from my friends over at Lucas Oil here, so I could use it for maintenance on this thing. So it takes 1.2 quarts of Earl, since it's at half, or the add line. I'm just going to add about maybe half a quart in here. And just check the levels, and then I'm going to add some fuel in here, and hopefully it'll start up before the juice in the battery dies, because I don't think I have a battery charger here, and then I wouldn't be able to start this up. But it wouldn't start up because it has no gas. Some fresh gas in here, but not too much, because this may just be a quick little mow, you know, just suck up some leaves. I don't want to add too much. That ought to be good. Look what I see here. The damn shutoff valve is leaking. That's probably why there's no gas in there, you know what I mean? So this shutoff valve sucks. Alright, so I'm going to try to start it up now. It's got gas, topped off the Earl, choke. So I just mowed the lawn, and it was good timing because just when I started to hear it start to sputter, I knew it was running out of gas. Next season I'm going to come back and replace that fuel shutoff valve. Obviously it sucks. Anyway, so I haven't touched this in over a year. I last used this actually you know what, maybe last year I didn't even use it. The oil is pretty dark. Pretty bad. It's at the halfway between the add and the full line. So it could use an oil change for sure. I'm going to check the gas. Oh, the good thing is, it doesn't look like there's any gas in it.
还是有叶子。
So I just put in some gas. Let's see, after all this time, whether or not this will start. It's on full choke. Seems like the primer works. Let's see what happens. As you can see, it's been stored for a year with absolutely no stabilizer. Didn't do a thing to it. But there wasn't any gas in it, so maybe I ran it out of gas before I stored it. Idles well. I'm going to try the electric start now, see if it works. used the electric start on this thing in a long time. So while it runs really well, if you have it on full run, the choke completely off, there's a slight surge to it, you know what I mean? A slight surge. Then you'll just click it, one click to the middle, and it won't surge anymore. Which means that there's probably some debris in the bowl under there. Sometimes though, when you mess with it, you'll screw it up, you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm going to mess with it, because sometimes if you pull off that bowl, you'll ruin the gasket. Then when you ruin the gasket, you're done ski, you know? So the surging is not bad at all. It's just a very slight one, you know, so I'm not going to mess with it. That's my motto. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? So I'm pretty stoked. I didn't think this would start, to be honest with you, because like I said, I left it here probably with, you know, the gas in the gas tank. But I'm stoked. Just came over here to do what I needed to do. You know, mow the front yard, suck up some leaves with the Black Beauty, make sure it works. But we did find out that it does have a little bit of a leak in the gas, the fuel shutoff thing. So I need to replace that. But I just ran this out of gas, so this is good for storage for the winter. And this is good too, although I do have gas in it, and I don't know when it's going to snow again here in New York. Oh, how about that? Would you look at that? It's snowing. They only said like maybe 1 or 3 inches or something like that. So even though it is slightly snowing, it's not going to be enough for me to go and use the snowblower. So we may never get snow again here in New York. But since I just put gas in here, not a whole lot, but enough to cause problems if I don't drain it and not use it, you know. I'm going to put some of this ethanol shield in here. This is made by Mechanic in a Bottle. I haven't had much success with products from Mechanic in a Bottle. It's B to 3 fuels, something like that. They used to be my sponsor, but they're no longer my sponsor because I did 4 videos on their Mechanic in a Bottle. None of it worked, so they stopped sending me stuff and stopped talking to me. And listen, I tell the truth. I use the products. If it doesn't work, it sucks. I'll say it sucks. You know what I mean? And look, I can't even get this thing open. It's like trying to break into Fort Knox or something. God, I can't even get this open. Pain in my ass. Anyway, it's ethanol shield fuel stabilizer, 24/7 protection. Protects above and below the fuel line. Stops water, ethanol issues. Keeps fuel fresh. Protects rubber and plastic. Easy starting all year. Treats up to 40 gallons. Since I have very little in here, I'm just going to... It says here... stabilized storage up to 1 year, 1 ounce per 2.5 gallons. That's 2.5 gallons. This is not even a gallon tank, and I don't even have a third in there, so that's it. Just a little bit, just to concentrate that fuel in there. So we put some gas in there. We started it up, ran pretty well. Electric start works. Added, topped off the Earl 5W30. That's what you need for winter use. And that's all I really wanted to do today at my mom's was suck up the remaining leaves that were on her front lawn. Come over here and do a service on the snowblower. But like I said before in my other videos, this snowblower has really treated me well. It's the 524 track drive. Actually, it's a 523. 5 horsepower Tecumseh engine with a 23 wide clearing path. Has a 10-inch impeller as the old Craftsmans have. This Trac Plus is much bigger than my 2 other track drives that I have at home. The Tracs are actually smaller. This is a big one, and I've used this before in heavy snow up to 3 feet, and this thing actually runs and blows snow very well. So my mom lives in Queens. This is called Douglaston, Queens. There's a big, heavy Asian population in this area. An Asian drink that we really like is boba milk tea. Actually, my dog Boba is named after Boba, the milk tea. This is boba milk tea. You can only get it in heavily Asian populated areas in the United States. Mostly it's the West Coast, East Coast, or maybe Texas, because there's a big Vietnamese population in Houston, I believe. Anyway, so it's just basically milk tea, very sweet. And it has these black tapioca balls. On the West Coast, it's called boba. On the East Coast, they call it bubble tea. Some of you guys might know about it, but I'm pretty sure most of you don't. Anyway, it's delicious. It's very refreshing. It's a black tapioca ball. Very good. You guys wouldn't drink it. You guys have had boba or bubble tea, put in the comments. I guarantee you nobody's had it before. Anyway, it's a cultural, regional staple, if you will. Unloading the bin, so that doesn't make a tremendous amount of mess, which I just did. But having a bagger really makes a difference of ever picking up leaves. It's good to see some snow, but that's definitely not going to mount up to be anything significant in terms of snow. Glad my Black Beauty just started up just like that, and just made sure my mom's snowblower works well. This is a good snowblower, and it's a keeper with electric start. I'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com.